Okay, so the NBA 2k21 demo just released, and I don't know when I'm gonna have this video out, but I did just play the demo, and I have a lot to say about it. So let's just skip all the introductions and let's just get right into it.
Gang, maneuvering, sticking and moving.
Stick and move, 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 stick and move.
So of course, NBA 2K brought back the demo. It's gonna be the same exact demo we had last year, where you have the My Player Builder. I think this time they gave us 6 builds we can make and play with until basically you gotta go like re-download it on a different PS4 or just make a new account. But it's the same thing as last year, and there's not really a lot of differences. It's really the same thing. And if we're gonna assume that that final game is gonna be like the demo, I don't know, man. Like, I'm really thinking that next gen is really the move. If you really want to have the best 2K21 experience, you have to get on next gen, because this game is looking a lot like 2K21. But there are some cool things I can mention. I think dribbling is way more responsive this year. I think that like in 2K20, the dribbling was very kind of sluggish. You would do certain moves and then your player will react later. Some moves just didn't work. But this year it feels more responsive, more instant. I found myself really being able to dribble with a freaking small forward. I made a playmaking slasher small forward, and it was dribbling pretty effectively, and I was getting to the rim pretty good. But other than that, I didn't really notice anything new. They did remap some of the dribble moves, which I really hate. I don't understand why 2K does that. They remap dribble moves every single year to make it seem like it's new, and they don't really add any new dribbles. So there's no new dribble moves that I noticed. I haven't really seen any dribble tutorials yet, and I haven't really experienced with the dribbling, but it's kind of weird because now when you want to do the running behind the back, it's not just run and then flip the R stick down, because if you do that, you're going to do a weird step back, and I got a lot of backcourt violations because of that. You have to like put it diagonally while you, it's kind of weird. I don't know why they changed it. Should have kept it the same. And I don't know how to do the behind the back at all. Like the behind the back dribble, when you press the R stick down, he just does it like a little step back. It's weird. And I also noticed like there's a new like escape, or I want to say step back, but I've said step back too much, but we're gonna call it a step back. It's like a new step back you can do where if you're like running and you hold R2 and then R stick down, he does like a nice little hop, and it's pretty effective. And what I've noticed about it, a lot of builds can do it. I didn't really have playmaking builds, and I was pulling up pretty effectively, so I think that might be a problem, but you know, we have to wait and see. So let's touch back on some more changes they made. So they added 4 new pie charts, and they're not that good. So the thing about them is, it's basically, so example, one of them was like shooting, but you get slightly more dunking. Basically, if you pick that pie chart, you don't get any other Hall of Fame badges but shooting. And that's the same thing for the other types of attributes like dunking and defense. So like I said, they're not really that good. I don't see myself using any of them. I tried them out and they're not what I want. And also, I've noticed they nerfed and buffed some builds. So the number one nerf that I off the rip noticed, they nerfed the pure playmaker. The pie chart with the majority playmaking, they nerfed it. They didn't nerf it really hard, but they nerfed its slashing abilities. I was like, because when I was thinking about making that build, and I'll get to what build I made in another video, but when I was making the build, I was like, wait, I'm getting less finishing badges and I'm having a lower dunking rating. What did I do wrong? So I went to 2K20 and see what I did wrong. I had the exact same build, but his stats were different. So I noticed off rip, the pure playmaker has been nerfed. I don't know if they nerfed any other builds, but I do know for a fact that the shooting and defensive pie chart got a buff. It really needed that buff. I think it's going to be the rebounding wing. I think that's what the build's called. I made that in 2K20, and I noticed like it can't really play defense and it can't really shoot. Like my defense was in the 70s and my shooting was in the 70s, so I couldn't really do anything spectacular, but they did buff it, so I think it plays better defense. And even though I did say that the 4 new pie charts are trash, there is one that's like majority defense and shooting. So basically, like I said, it's like a bigger defensive pie and like a slightly lower shooting pie. So you get the point. I'll have the picture, but yeah, that one is actually pretty good because you can play really good defense, but you're taking a kind of a hit on your shooting. I think your shooting max is like a 72, maybe a 73 mid-range and like a 73 point. So that new pie chart is actually pretty good. I'll admit that. But yeah, I haven't noticed any other builds that have been nerfed or buffed. But if you guys have noticed it, let me know in the comment section. Now let's talk about the badges. Well, there's really not much to talk about because they didn't add any new badges. Yeah, we got the same exact badges from last year. They did take out quick draw, which is a big deal. No one understands how big of the deal is. Usually when I make my shooting builds, I put quick draw in Hall of Fame. So that's 4 upgrades I don't have to spend on quick draw, and I can put it wherever I want. So essentially, I can make the exact same build I made last year with my shooting builds and do the exact same attributes and have the exact same badges, but I'll still have 4 extra badge upgrades to put wherever I want. So I do like that. But other than that, I didn't notice any of the badges doing anything different. I did notice stop and go appears a lot more often. Like, I think it's more effective this year. And I don't know about ankle breaker because I was still trying to get used to dribbling. I don't like how you have to play against the Bucks because I was getting strapped by Eric Bledsoe the whole entire demo. So the only time I really had fun is when I made a small forward and was just baking Chris Middleton. I was baking the entire prelude. But for badges, it's not really anything new. It is disappointing though because I really thought we had brand new badges. Like, I know they're talking about they're gonna get rid of badges or rework badges that no one used, but there's still a lot of useless badges still in the game. So I don't know what they're planning to do, but we're just gonna have to see when the game comes out. So with everything said, that might do it for the video. I want to put in some like closing remarks. So I don't necessarily think that 2K21 is worth it if you're just gonna play my career, because like they already said that my career will not transfer to the next gen consoles. But if you're gonna play my team like myself, I do think it's worth getting. It is the same game. It feels the same. I know dribbling is different, so I know the dribbler is gonna find out something, but it's kind of the same as last year. We're gonna be making this. If you made a certain build last year, you're probably going to make the same build this year, and it's probably still going to be just as effective. But like I said, we don't know yet. We don't know what the meta is going to be. We don't even know what the park looks like. So maybe it's worth it. But if you do plan to get the next gen, if you do plan to get 2K21, I highly recommend you get the Kobe edition. I know it's $100, but it comes with the next gen version of the game. So when you upgrade, you still have something to play. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the NBA 2K21 demo. Did you enjoy it? Did you like the changes? Or do you think it's just the same game as 2K20? Also, if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.